Welcome back to episode 2 of Lifting the Lid, the podcast where we lift the lid, we spill the tea, we share all the gossip on the influencer industry. My name's Verity and I'm back with my co-hosts, Saran and Lucy.
Hello.
So what's the update this week, guys?
It's been a big week.
Huge.
We had our summer party.
Oh, it was
Not that
so
the weather
cute.
the whole week has been very summery.
No.
But, you know, we had the best time ever.
I don't really know why we call it our summer party
No.
because obviously it is actually just our 3-year birthday party. It's
That
TBH
is
turns
true.
3,
Yeah.
but for some reason we call it our summer party, but we just sort of go with it.
I actually like having it in September
Me
because
too.
it's giving like back to school reunion, cute, nice vibe.
I agree.
And
We
the
don't
annual
need to.
leave just would not allow it to be
No.
any time during August, September. Oh, sorry, June, July, August.
Yeah.
No, impossible. Simply impossible.
Yeah.
And also so many of the talent are traveling over the summer as well. And I
Exactly.
think it's such a nice end to the summer. Like everyone's back. Let's all catch up. Let's lock in, go forward for Q4, like all in a good place. And it's just really nice to get everyone together in one room.
Really
We had
nice.
so many special things that the team organised. Like, honestly, for me, it was quite like an emotional moment. I feel like seeing the fact that I just was able to not actually be that involved with the planning felt like, wow, okay, we're a real company. Like, it's pretty big. And the fact that there were so many lovely touches. I love that you guys organised a quiet room so any talent who needed to could go off and take some time for themselves. Grace, one of my best friends, her handler's Harry Studio, she created these beautiful signs and illustrations for us. We had
A cake from the same place we've
Yeah,
had the cake from
Amy's
every
Bakehouse.
We
Shout
love
out to
you.
Amy's Bakehouse, like the best.
it's so good.
And we obviously hosted it at the Hoxton. We love the Hoxton.
Yeah.
Their food is incredible. The team are incredible. We had it in their apartment, which is such a cool space.
So cool.
But yeah, like massive shout out to Saran and
No,
Lucy Munns.
Lucy Munns, like truly, if Lucy Munns hadn't been here, like I don't know, it wouldn't have happened.
So for context, because we haven't mentioned who Lucy
Oh, yeah.
Munns is. Lucy Munns is Verity's wonderful PA.
She's amazing.
She is our queen. She is our life.
She is our
We're-
saviour.
She is our savior.
She is our mother.
Yeah, she is our mother. And
mother.
you know what's crazy is Lucy Munns was telling me, and we always full name her, by the way, because obviously I'm Lucy.
Two Lucys.
And two Lucys just gets a bit confusing. And Lucy Munns rolls off the tongue more than Lucy Stradams. But Lucy Munns was telling me that at the start of the year, she was doing her like manifestations and goals and stuff for the year. And she manifested that she would be at the TBH summer party. And then she said to me, I think I manifested a bit hard because now I've planned it all, which I just thought was the cutest thing ever. And no, you guys have smashed it.
And we also had a lovely lady come along and do live illustrations of the party, which was so special and such an incredible touch. I've completely forgotten her handle right now, but I'm going to put it in the show notes and also put it on the screen so you can see it.
And also we had the 3rd year of the TBH Star Awards.
Honestly, like my favorite part of the evening.
Yeah, it's
for
the
sure.
Oscars of the influencer industry.
It really is. Like people were excited about it, and the little awards this year were hand illustrated notebooks, and they are so beautiful. And
I
so
can't wait
cute.
to crack into mine and start writing some notes.
So that was really special.
And TBH is now 3. What the heck?
Happy 3rd birthday! We should have some prosecco.
Woo!
So the other thing that I've really noticed is obviously we had a lot of annual leave. We just sort of alluded to it, but I feel like now everyone is back and we are ready and we are pushing through the end of Q3 and ready for Q4 as a full team, like a gang.
In
Yeah.
business, we're back. I'm actually like so excited for everyone to be here,
I agree.
clocking in. Like I feel really motivated for Q4.
Yeah,
Me
because it's
too.
really been like annual leave handover tennis at the
Yes,
moment. Like it's
absolutely.
very much been one person gets back, someone else goes, and you just can't. You can still keep pushing forward with all the everyday stuff and everything that is urgent and needs to be happening, but those like bigger, wider project business things that we want to do just can't happen when everyone's off. So we're really excited. We've got a lot of things behind the scenes that we're working on, and I think are going to take shape by the end of the year.
Yes.
Yeah, manifest it. So this week we had an email
don't know
come
what this
through
is.
from like an agency about a film that's come out. Have you seen it with Austin Butler?
No.
Okay, well basically it's called Caught Stealing. That is what
Right.
the film is called. And I basically like obviously have email notifications come through on my phone, and I just saw like Caught Stealing like as the email
Like subjects.
the subject. I shout myself. So like I don't know if you guys have this, but I have this thing where like if someone's like, who did that thing? Even if I didn't do it, like I immediately think it was
But yeah,
me.
it's like when you
Yeah.
go through the airport and your bag gets pulled aside.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like, I've got something in there.
Absolutely.
Like, basically, I panicked.
yeah.
I thought it was Verity like atting me like I've caught you stealing something. Obviously, I am not a kleptomaniac or a thief. Just to like put that out there. And it ended up being an agency just like sending information about like the event or like press event or whatever
What did
for
you
this
think you'd
film.
stolen?
I don't know. I just panicked. But then it got me thinking about how like subject lines really grab you. Like,
Yeah.
if, you leave something in your car and it's like, hold on, you've forgotten this or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh my gosh, could we start doing some attention grabbing email subject for our brand partners when we do outreach?
Yeah.
And I can't remember what ones we were thinking of.
I think I remember it. It would be like, the subject line would be bad news.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the body of the email would say, we've just signed 5 new amazing
Amazing
creators that you're going to have to pick from.
Yeah. Like, is this a bad idea or is it a genius idea? Like, I feel like doing stuff like this, though, is kind of, we could do it with our key brand partners
Yeah.
that, like, get the vibe.
I feel people who know us will be like, that's jokes.
Yeah.
But if you don't know who the hell we are, they'll be like,
But also,
what weirdo?
it's a way of getting noticed because,
Yeah, true. That open rate will be
our
higher.
brand partners and agency partners get hundreds of emails a day.
Yeah.
Like from so many different
Yeah.
agencies. Like, we need to be doing the most to stand out here.
And we do always try and mix it up.
We do.
Like, we don't just send you a list of our creators. Like, that's boring.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We really
Create
switch it up.
decks.
So
Yeah,
this,
decks, videos, like fun facts, loads of things.
so I
Yeah.
reckon this Q4 will be scaring some people.
And I think if you are a brand or agency partner and you are listening,
Yeah.
if you think this is a horrible idea,
Yeah,
please tell us.
Please make us aware.
Please tell
it may
us.
be too late.
And if you think it's an excellent idea, also let us know.
Yeah. I just think if I got that email, I'd find it funny.
Same.
I'd be like, these girls are creative.
And
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
that a
they're
good
silly.
thing? Like, in your working day, you got hundreds of boring emails, and then you just get a little fun and silly one from us.
Yeah.
What is it
And
you
also-
like to say? Corporate but fun.
Yeah, like, oh my God, we're so silly and playful.
This week, we wanted to talk about how more and more creators are not hiding, but kind of hiding parts of their lives in a way that they never have before. Obviously, we've all been following creators for a very, very, very long time, and the space has changed, the world has changed, but creators used to give you everything about their lives, and we've seen a massive shift recently, and personally, I think in a lot of ways it's for the good, but I just think it's interesting to talk about. I think 2 that really, really come to my mind recently that made me gasp was obviously Sophia Tuxford getting engaged and doing the Brian reveal, which broke the internet.
Oh my God. Blackbird singing in the dead of
night. And also Emily Canham.
Yeah.
Literally everyone believes she's single, living in London. All of a sudden she's in LA, she's engaged, and she's pregnant.
Crazy.
What? And then I saw her outside Bond Street Station.
Yeah, that's wild.
Crazy, with pregnancy bump.
Mad.
But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on creators hiding more? Like, is it good? Is it bad? Why are they doing it?
I mean, I think it makes sense. Like, I guess it's so subjective, right? Like, every creator's gonna deal with their personal life differently. And some people are gonna choose to keep things private. And I think, like, if that's a way of giving yourself a better work-life balance, I'm on board. Like, it makes sense. I feel like Sophia and Cinzia have always very successfully done that, I think. Like, they share so much, but actually are quite private, which I rate. Like, I think you have to keep something to yourself. But if you choose to share everything,
Good on you.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, like Molly May is a perfect
Exactly,
example.
yeah.
Or do we just think we know everything, but we don't? But Molly May is very vulnerable.
She
Like,
is.
obviously, she did a whole documentary about the situation with her and Tommy, and then we're getting the 2nd season, and also what she shares in her vlogs. Like, she always talks about being really open and vulnerable, like all of her challenges with parenting and situations with Bambi. And I think in a lot of ways that's an amazing thing, but
is.
not everyone could do that.
And I think it leaves her so open to people's opinions.
Yeah.
And like sometimes she even takes a bit of a break from posting then, doesn't she? She's like, okay, actually, I had X or Y response to what I said here.
Yeah.
Or, and I can imagine that's really, really
So
tough.
hard.
People pulling you apart for everything you're saying, in my opinion, wrongly. But like,
I mean,
I think
it is wrong. Like,
Yeah.
remember that time that she said she didn't like spaghetti when she went to Italy, and then everyone like actually went insane, and it was like the woman can't say that she doesn't like
Spaghetti.
a dish, an Italian dish.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
an opinion. That's just like, that's such a minor opinion. Like I don't.
And something you'd never think, like if I was Molly editing my vlog or whatever it is I'm doing, I'm like, oh, can't say that I don't like pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then one thing that I do think is interesting, and I can't lie, I feel like I definitely have experienced it as a viewer, is when a creator has given you so much of their life and so much detail about their life for so long, and then they take it away and they start being more private. I'm not saying it's a bad thing if that's what they need to do, like that's great. But definitely as a viewer, I think for some people it does leave their audience a bit disconnected. I think it can be hard. Like Sophia and Cinzia, for example, as you said, they've always been very private. So that's like the expectation of their audience.
Yeah.
But I think for some creators where they've been so open and then they decide not to be, their audience can struggle to adjust to that because it's just a change and they're used to knowing everything and they can maybe feel a little bit disconnected.
Yeah, and I think this can sometimes cause, you know, a reduction in followers. And it's a bit like we were talking about last week. I think you're shedding the followers who needed that intimacy with you and you're creating a new audience who are interested in what you're able to share.
Yeah.
And I think I had this with creators that I used to manage years ago who had, in order to grow, put their whole life online weekly. And then actually they were like, I'm now an adult and I don't really want to do that. So they either stopped doing it or one creator I managed removed everything from one of the platforms and then actually started again a few years later when she'd had a moment to be like, right, this is the direction I want to go in. This is the sort of content I want to create. And actually her audience was still there. She had she maybe wasn't growing at the exact same exponential rate, but her audience, her core audience was still there and interested in the message that she wanted to share at that time.
I do think the phrase like damned if you do, damned if you don't is like the key, to be honest, with everything with creators. Like they literally, like if they don't share enough, they're ridiculed for it. If they share too much, they then are open to way more criticism. Like I actually think that whatever you're doing, as long as it's right for you, that's the main thing. If you feel uncomfortable at how much you're sharing online, but you feel like you have to just keep going, that's not going to serve you in the long run because you need to keep your own happiness and sanity.
And I think my actual main tip would be just write a list of what your boundaries are because everyone is unique. And it might be that, you know, you don't want to share your partner or your partner's face, but you're happy to share your
children.
Your children.
Or your house.
Or your house, Or you might be happy to share all of it. But if you know what your boundaries are, then it's far easier. And actually to have that moment where it's a considered moment where you can sit and think what feels good to me rather than just kind of going in and sharing some things and not sharing others.
It's like Zoe and Alfie. They've said very clearly, now Ottilie is at school, you will not see her face. Don't try and comment about it. Don't try and change our minds. That's our decision. That's it. They've set that boundary for themselves. But then for other families, actually having their kids' faces online feels safe and feels right for them. And I think there's no right or wrong way to navigate any of it. It's like in life, right? In any situation, any workplace situation, some people are more open about their personal lives. Some people are less open about their personal lives. And it's just doing what feels right for you in the moment. And like you said, Verity, the right audience that want to watch you in that era will be there. And you know what? I don't blame creators for wanting to hide things. I wouldn't want to put my whole life on the internet.
I think it's incredibly brave. And actually, like, kudos to the people that do it.
It's like Millie Goldsmith. I think she's a perfect example of a creator who is being so open and so raw about actually multiple parts of her life. About obviously her dating life is one of the main things on her platform, but also about building her business, Salt. And I think, I just think she's a really incredible woman and she is letting so many people relate to her and putting herself in a place where she could get ridiculed. And I'm sure she probably unfortunately does. Yeah, I think
as
she's
every
brilliant.
creator does.
Yeah.
Just the mention of Salt there, I actually just want to discuss that because I feel like that's where the industry's going. Like, I think all creators now will have various parts of their business. If they want to set up their own business on the side, which obviously is not easy, as we've discussed multiple times before, they do that. But also there's other ways of doing it where you can work with co-founders. And one thing that we're really focusing on at the moment at TBH is equity deals with brands. I actually heard Emma Greed say on a podcast recently that one of the reasons that managers decline equity-based deals is because they don't immediately make money from it. And that sort of annoyed me a little bit and also made me feel a little bit confused because I felt like, actually, no, that's the point of managers. Like the manager's job is to make sure that the creator has long-term sustainable success, and they're being really clever and commercial about commercial opportunities.
But is that a case of managers who their primary objective is to make money quickly now?
Yeah.
Because we all know to make money quickly today, you do a big brand deal.
Yeah.
It's low lift for often large fee, not always, but if you negotiate it well and it's a good brand and it's a good creator. But these bigger equity partnerships, they take time, they take effort, and you don't see the reward for a long time. So it's people who aren't seeing that bigger picture.
And they have to be obviously strategic investments of your time where you think there could be a really meaningful exit. And I think Salt is a great example of that, because it sits in the food and drink category that I think may exit for like 8 to 10 times revenue, which could be a really significant exit. So yeah, I think it's really important. And again, it's that whole difference between AI and a manager, and where a manager's value is really impactful is managers are there to make sure that talent have diversified their revenue streams. Some of them are in higher risk, higher reward, equity-based partnerships. Some of it is in brand deals and like long-term brand partnerships, which have been negotiated to be really significant. And then some of it is in kind of bigger IP projects that you're building something else which you own and, you know, might be worth something really significant in the future. So yeah, I thought that was a really strange thing to say from Emma Greed, but I do see your perspective where actually, yeah, it might be that some managers don't have that in mind for their talent.
And she might have had just bad experience with bad management. Do you know what I mean? Like she might have just encountered greedy people.
Yeah, who are just in it to say accept every brand deal and make us the most money possible.
But I'm surprised she has management in a way. Like I feel like, I mean, I don't know whether she does or doesn't.
Maybe she's talking about experiences she's had with like potential business partners or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where their managers have been like, no, you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Imagine Emma Greed reaching out to you and your talent and saying no, that you don't want to set up a business with
Yeah,
her.
like
You'll be
simply-
crazy.
I don't even need to hear what it is.
Yeah,
I'm in.
We are
Fine.
in.
Out of 5, 6, 7, 8.
Lifting the lid. Woo! Thank you so much for sending these questions in, and please keep them coming, guys. The first question is, do influencers get paid more if they're friends with the brand reps versus AI managers?
Yes.
I think yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I think not always, but it's the first rule of negotiation, guys. Like that relationship is absolutely vital. I think if they know you, they'll be warmer with you. They'll understand your value more. They'll understand your content more. They'll understand your mission and where you're going more. And therefore, you will be able to negotiate, or your manager will be able to negotiate a better fee with them. And that is one of, you know, the biggest perks of having management.
I'm going to retract my statement of yes, because I don't necessarily think you get paid more because you're friends with them. I think you get paid more and fairly because there's a personal relationship there to put you and or your manager in a good position to negotiate.
Yeah, I agree.
And there still has to be an effective negotiation. There has to be value from the creator's side. It's not just a case of that, well, maybe there is, but this is dodgy. They're like, yeah, we're your mate. I'll give you 25K for that deal. There's so much more to the picture. But I think it's creators and managers, like having close relationships with brands is really important.
It was like I just said around like all of those different things. Like if they understand your value, if they understand your mission, if they understand, it's having that. It's like, yeah, I'm friends with lots of agencies. They're not just going to give me a brand deal of 20, like a 25K brand deal because I don't add any value to that to them. Obviously, there's a give and the take.
Whilst it is obviously about the managers' relationships with agencies and brand partners, it's like we can't slog a dead horse. Do you know what I mean? Like as in there needs to be like a good work ethic from the creator's side as well, because I think once a creator is known for being bad to work with, like that makes it really difficult for a manager to then keep working with a brand and agency on your behalf.
But I actually think the way the relationship has the most impact is where you're able to just pick up the phone, and if you think that a brand or agency might be shocked about the quote that you're about to send back, you can have that conversation with them, understand where they're coming from, listen to them. They might listen to you and understand why you're sending that quote over. So there's not the shock horror, you know, they're coming in so high, that's off-putting to me.
Yeah.
And there's also conversations around all of the different levers that have got you to the point of quoting that, which is how you have a successful negotiation. And even like the multiple calls that you have, even after sending the quote, that again is where the magic happens. And I think you wouldn't be able to have that if you didn't have a warm relationship with them.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure. And you get so much context as well. Like you get to understand why the agency has the budget that they do and like how they're going to split it throughout the whole year. Like it then becomes a wider conversation, not just about that one campaign. It becomes a conversation around, oh, well, we could also do this in Q4. And then it's so much bigger than just that one conversation.
Because you're able to help them more. You know what their objectives are, what their budget is, what they need to achieve. And actually you can say, well, we can help you achieve this by doing X, Y, Z. So you're helping them and they're helping you.
Yeah.
And I think it's all a case of like, we're all just humans trying to do the best job we can for our clients. And I think sometimes things in every job can get blown out of perspective. But like at the end of the day, our job is to do the best by the creators we manage. Their job is to do the best by the brands that they represent, or if they work in-house, do the best for the brand that they work for. And I think having that like personal relationship, whether it is just a bit of small talk at the start of a call, or if you do have a long-standing relationship with someone, that just makes everything so much easier because there's a mutual understanding of we're all just humans trying to do our best. Like, let's not be aggy with each other.
It's PR, not ER, guys.
Oh yeah.
We had to get that in.
It's so true though.
It is.
Okay, who is someone you wish you managed?
I am obsessed with Bella Does Editing.
I love her too.
She's great.
Incredible. I think she is just the coolest person ever, by the way. She got like a film strip grill on her teeth and it was just really cool. And I just think she's so inspirational, how she's been so open about her journey with her health and lipedema and the fact that she's still going through that and, you know, going through treatment, but also the fact that it doesn't define her as a person. And she is so determined and being really successful in her career in editing and moving into the film space. And I love her content. And when she's like, let's get cracking, I'm just like, yeah, we're in for a good video. This is going to be great.
And she's so creative as well. Like, I feel like nobody is doing content like her. Like, it feels really exciting whenever I see her videos. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is actually like
high value.
Yeah, it feels so high value.
It looks so different. And like she did an amazing brand deal with Lego recently where she was talking about stop motion animation and the fact that she used to do that with her Lego bricks as a kid. And then,
that's really cute.
Yeah, it was just amazing. And I think she has such an incredible story. She's just seems to be so hardworking and so incredibly skilled at what she does. And I know she does have management, so I'm not trying to poach. I just think she's amazing.
Never.
And I'm a big fangirl.
It has to be. I actually have discovered this girl recently when I was at my friend's wedding. I was getting my hair done and I was like, I don't know what to do with my hair. I was very stressed about it. So I was like, maybe I need to go for a slick back because I like slick backs and I feel good about them. So I was searching and I came across Gemma Adby. I'm just completely obsessed with her. She does so many hairstyles, but they're really easy to do and they're literally like 5-minute hairstyles, but she does loads of different ones. And I've just found myself going back and back and back for her content.
I need to give her a follow.
I'm going to follow.
Yeah.
I love getting new creator recommendations. Like, I feel like that's really satisfying when someone you know actually recommends someone to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and we obviously all love a slick rip,
Yeah.
so I just
we need to mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
But why does that remind me of like back in the day when people like Fabulous Hannah, who I actually still watch to this day, used to do videos like 20 hairstyles for going to school for girls. And it would be the thumbnail with all the different like hairstyles and that would be the video.
Okay, mine is Holly Morris.
Oh, could have been
our
mine.
queen.
I feel like we've spoken about her so much. Like, we spoke about her a lot last season. But I think she's so strategic and so creative and just brilliant at what she does. And also, like, can we speak about Lousy Advice, her
it's so
podcast
good.
Oh yeah, so good.
with the
So
intern
funny.
Rory? I'm obsessed.
Amazing.
Like, I just think the set, like, just the conceptualization of everything, like,
Yeah.
I love her. And again, not poaching, like, we know she's managed. I just think she's a genius.
Yeah, the point of this was obviously to say creators who we don't manage,
Yeah.
who are, well, not necessarily managed, but
And you can still admire creators and not try and poach
Exactly.
them.
yes.
We're big fans as well. We're
We
not
are
just managers.
fangirls
yeah,
through and
we
through.
just love the industry.
Oh, guys, this is a bit of a juicy one.
Oh, that was so icky.
Is it dramatic when you stop managing a creator?
Oh, I think it depends.
Yeah.
Is definitely the real answer. I think more than anything, it's sad
Yeah.
in all cases, whether it's been like we've terminated or the creator's terminated, I think it's always sad because it's, you know, you're always going to have that personal relationship and you're always going to literally just miss them as a person.
Yeah.
But I do always find, I don't think we've stopped working with the talent and it hasn't been a good thing.
No, I agree.
Yeah, no,
I think
I agree.
everything happens for a reason. I think for
100%.
me, I think dramatic is the wrong word, but I think the best way is for the conversation to be human, no matter what side it comes from. Like whether, because like Verity said, it's sad. There's emotions involved. Like, yes, it's a professional relationship, but it's, I would say, virtually impossible to not form a personal connection with the talent that you work with. And I also think if you don't, I don't know, maybe you're a bit heartless and I don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
Because you speak to these people every single day. I speak to the talent I manage more than I speak to my parents. Like it's a lot. And I think the way that it's not, again, dramatic's the wrong word, but the way that it could not be a very positive experience if it's not handled with care and understanding and from a human first place where you have a phone call and you have a discussion and everyone tries to understand where everyone's coming from. I think that's the only way where it would be a slightly negative experience, I could imagine. But I think in general, it's always a case of everything happens for a reason and every chapter needs to come to an end for one reason or another. And any creators that we don't work with anymore, we wish them nothing but the best and we always still follow them, are still their cheerleaders.
Well said, guys. I mean, I feel like there's nothing else really to add. Like, it is so human at the end of the day that, of course, we're going to feel sad about it, like you guys have said. And I feel like it also definitely becomes easier, like, as time goes on. Like, sometimes it can feel like, oh, a bit fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh, maybe
Like a
is the
breakup.
word.
Yeah.
It is. Like,
Yeah.
it's not dramatic. I feel like it's just, like, raw and fresh.
Yeah, it is like a breakup. And I think even when I left Gleam and I stopped working on the creators I worked at there, I had to mute them all because I couldn't see, it was genuinely like a breakup. I couldn't see their content without it triggering me. And now obviously I don't have that. But I think there is an emotional connection there. And yeah, I think you're right. It needs to be handled. Like if you're wanting to terminate, because it might be that this person
Someone
is
wants to
wanting to
terminate.
terminate. If you're wanting to terminate, give your manager a call,
Yeah.
give the team a call, have
Don't
a
send them an
conversation with them.
email.
Do not send them an email. Like it just is, it's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
And they should be receptive to having a proper conversation with you about it and understanding your point of view and trying to make things, you know, an overall positive experience. And, you know, we've had creators leave because they had, you know, something else that they wanted to focus on. And we still have really positive relationships with them. I would say also, like, think hard about before you leave that you're not leaving thinking that the grass will be greener. The only reason I say that is because in situations where creators have left and then asked to come back, that's been a really tricky one for us because I feel that in a similar way to a relationship where the trust has been broken, it's a tricky one to come back from.
Yeah.
And often, you know, you're unable to make things the same as they were. So I just think really consider your options properly before making any snap decisions. Talk to your management, understand their point of view.
Yeah.
Because it is a personal relationship at the end of the day.
100%.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, management will always, well, they should anyway, always want the best for a creator,
Yes.
right? And if a creator is saying, this isn't serving me anymore, like, you can't be annoyed at that. Like,
No.
like nobody wants to manage someone who doesn't want to be managed by them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't serve anyone. So I think, like you said, always best have an open and honest conversation.
Yeah. And that's exactly why we have a 3-month termination clause, because we don't see the point in doing, right, a year-long contract,
that's
a 2-year-long
crazy.
contract, because if this isn't working, then let's not drag it out.
Yeah,
because it's not good for anyone.
No.
So yeah, I think always have that conversation, always do it in person is best, on the phone. If not, it shouldn't be dramatic. It may be a little bit emotional.
Yeah. And it might be awkward as well. And like, that's okay. Like it might be a bit of a hard conversation to have. Like if this is a creator who's wanting to terminate, like write down your thoughts and feelings before you give your manager a call so you don't feel like you're on the spot. Like don't be afraid to, like make notes and prepare for it because it's a really important call. Like Verity said, like it's a big decision and you're allowed to prepare for it.
That's a wrap on episode 2. Make sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts.
You can also follow us on socials at Lifting the Lid Pod.
And if you're listening, you can also watch us on Spotify or YouTube.
Bye.
Bye.